Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodhanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodhanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodhanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodhanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nittai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nittai Gaura Haribo, Nittai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nittai Gaura Haribo. युगधर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नस्तप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया, भगवतेरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तेर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Canto 4, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 25, titled The Characteristics of King Puranjana. Text 13. स एकदा हिमवतो दक्षिणेष्वाथ शानुषु
दक्षिणेश्वरशानुषु
ददर्श द्वारभिः
ददर्श नवभिर्वारभिः
पुरं लक्षितलक्षणम्
पुरं लक्षितलक्षणाम्
स एकदा हिमवतो
स एकदा हिमवतो
दक्षिणेश्व अतः सानुषु
दक्षिणेश्वरशानुषु
ददाश नवभिर्द्वारभिः
ददर्श नवभिर्वारभिः
पुरं लक्षितलक्षणाम्
पुरं लक्षितलक्षणाम्
स एकदा हिमवतो
स एकदा हिमवतो
दक्षिणेश्व अथ सानुषो
दक्षिणेश्वरशानुषु
ददाश नवभिर्द्वारभिः
ददर्श नवभिर्वारभिः
पुरं लक्षितलक्षणम्
पुरं लक्षितलक्षणाम्
स एकदा हिमवतो दक्षिणेश्वरसानुषु
ददर्श नवभिर्वारभिः पुरं लक्षितलक्षणाम् स एकदा हिमवतो दक्षिणेश्वरशानुषु ददर्श नवभिर्वारभिः पुरं लक्षितलक्षणाम्
स एकदा हिमवतो दक्षिणेश्वरथ सानुषु
दक्षिणेश्वरशानुषु
ददर्श नवभिर्द्वारभिः
ददर्श नवभिर्वारभिः
पुरं लक्षितलक्षणाम्
पुरं लक्षितलक्षणाम् स एकदा हिमवतो दक्षिणेश्वरशानुषु ददर्श नवभिर्वारभिः पुरं लक्षितलक्षणाम्
स एकदा हिमवतो दक्षिणेश्वरथ सानुषु
दक्षिणेश्वरशानुषु
ददर्श नवभिर्द्वारभिः
ददर्श नवभिर्वारभिः
पुरं लक्षितलक्षणाम्
पुरं लक्षितलक्षणाम्
स एकदा हिमवतो दक्षिणेश्वरशानुषु ददर्श नवभिर्द्वारभिः
ददर्श नवभिर्वारभिः
पुरं लक्षितलक्षणाम्
पुरं लक्षितलक्षणाम्
Word to word meaning. Saha, that king Puranjana,
that king Puranjana
ekada, once upon a time, Himavataha, of the Himalayan mountain,
of the Himalayan mountains,
Dakshineshu, southern, Atha, after this, Shanusu, on the ridges, Dadrasa, found, Navabihi, with 9, Dwarabihi, gates, Puram, a city, Lakshita, visible, Lakshanam, having all auspicious facilities. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Once, while wandering in this way, he saw on the southern side of the Himalayas, in a place named Bharatavarsha, India, a city that had 9 gates all about and was characterized by all auspicious facilities. Purport. The tract of land south of Himalaya mountains is the land of India, which was known as Bharatavarsha. When a living entity takes birth in a Bharatavarsha, he is considered to be the most fortunate. Indeed, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has stated, Bharata bhumite hoila manushya janmayar janma sardha kari kare paropakar. Thus, whoever takes birth in the land of Bharatavarsha attain all the facilities of life. He may take advantage of all these facilities for both material and spiritual advancement and thus make his life successful. After attaining the goal of life, one may distribute his knowledge and experience all over the world for humanitarian purpose. In other words, one who takes birth in the land of Bharatavarsha by virtue of his past pious activities get full facility to develop the human form of life. In India, the climatic condition is such that one can live very peacefully without being disturbed by material conditions. Indeed, during the time of Maharaj Yudhishthir or Lord Ramchandra, people were free from all anxieties. There were not even extreme cold or extreme heat. The three kinds of miserable conditions, adhyatmika, adibhautika, and adidaivika. Miseries infected with the body and mind itself, those infected by other living entities, and natural disturbances were all absent during the region of Lord Ramachandra or Maharaj Yudhishthir. But at present, compared to other countries on earth, India is artificially disturbed. Despite these material disturbances, however, the country's culture is such that one can easily attain the goal of life, namely salvation or liberation from material bondages. Thus, in order to take birth in India, one must have performed many pious activities in a past life. In this verse, the word Lakshita Lakshanam indicates that the human body attained in Bharatavarsha is very auspicious. Vedic culture is full of knowledge, and a person born in India can fully take advantage of Vedic cultural knowledge, and the cultural system known as Varnashrama Dharma. Even at the present time, as we travel all over the world, we see that in some countries, human beings have many material facilities but no facilities for spiritual advancement. We find everywhere the defects of one-sided facilities and a lack of full facilities. A blind man can walk but not see, and a lame man cannot walk but can see. Andha pangu nyaya. Andha pangu nyaya. The blind man may take the lame man on his shoulder, and as he walks, the lame man may give him directions. Thus, combined, they may work, but individually, never the blind man nor the lame man can walk successfully. Similarly, this human form of life is meant for the advancement of spiritual life and for keeping the material necessities in order. Especially in the Western countries, there are ample facilities for material comforts, but no one has an idea of spiritual advancement. Many are hankering after spiritual advancement, but many cheaters come, take advantage of their money, bluff them, and go away. Fortunately, the Krishna conscious movement is there to give all facilities for both material and spiritual advancement. In this way, people in the Western countries may take advantage of this movement. In India, any man in the village, unaffected by industrial cities of India, can still live in any condition and make spiritual advancement. The body has been called the city of nine gates, and these nine gates includes two eyes, two ears, two nostrils, one mouth, a genital, and the rectum. When the nine gates are clean and working properly, it is to be understood that the body is healthy. In India, these nine gates are kept clean by the villagers who rise early in the morning, bathe in the well or rivers, go to the temples to attend Mangalarati, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and take prasad. In this way, one can take advantage of all the facilities of human life. We are gradually introducing this system in different centers in our society in the Western countries. One who takes advantage of it becomes more and more enlightened in spiritual life. At the present moment, India may be compared to the lame man and the Western countries to be the blind man. For the past 2000 years, India has been subjugated by the rule of foreigners, and the legs of the progress has been broken. In the western cities, the eyes of the people have become blind due to the dazzling glitter of material opulence. The blind man of the western countries and the lame man of India should combine together in Krishna consciousness movement. Thus, the lame man of the India can walk with the help of the Westerner, and the blind Westerner can see with the help of the lame man. In short, the material advancement of the Western countries and the spiritual assets of India should combine for the elevation of all human society. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamavyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktarinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pangam langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. Translation. Once while wandering in this way, he saw on the southern side of the Himalayas is in a place named Bharatavarsha, India, a city that had 9 gates all about and was characterized by all auspicious facilities. So here we are discussing about Prachina Parishad was hearing the story of a Puranjana, King Puranjana, the characters of King Puranjana, who has been explaining this story by Narad Muni to Prachina Parishad. So here, if you see, we are in the last section of Srimad Bhagavatam, where these 8 chapters, last 8 chapters are discussing about the 10 sons of Prachina Parishad, Prachetas, and the story of King Puranjana, the characters of King Puranjana. And if you see, these 2 stories are simultaneously going on actually. So 10 sons of Prachina Parishad, like Prachina, what do you call? Sorry, 10 sons of Prachina Parishad, Prachetas, were being mercifully guided by the great Mahajan Lord Shiva by hearing Rudragit from him, and they started chanting, reciting the Rudragit in the water for 10,000 years. And like that, they were progressing towards the spiritual process, the bhakti. And if you see this way, like where the father Prachina Parishad was so much involved in karma kanda activities, material activities. So in the previous verses, we have also seen in 3rd verse where Narad Muni was very merciful, Kripalu. He is also one of the great Mahajan, and he felt that he felt very merciful Krupalu onto the father, where 10 sons has been saved by the Lord Shiva, and father is doomed. Now he is completely like engaged in material karma kanda activities. So to save the father, Narad Muni showed his mercy on Prachina Parishad. And the father, like Prachina was so engaged in karma kanda activities that if someone goes and says him directly, it doesn't work, because he in a higher position and he is completely attached to this karma kanda activities. So to make them understand, Lord Narad Muni is giving this kind of teaching in an indirect way. The conclusion is the same, but the way of approach is different. It's like indirect path. So that the king can understand this all karma kanda, jnana kanda, other kind of processes are just material. But the ultimate thing is bhakti. But if someone who is completely engrossed in this material activities will not listen to this. So to make them understand, Lord Narad Muni approach or take this indirect path. And here this verse, especially purport, talks about the glories of Bharatavarsha. If we don't have this Srimad Bhagavatam or Prabhupada books, then we may just pass our life just like that, not able to understand how glorious the taking birth in a Bharatvarsha, India. We may be like like Prachina Parishad, how he was engrossed in material activity. At least he is engrossed doing some karma kanda activities, but we are not even doing all these things. We are just running behind money, honey. So that all glories to Prabhupada that gave these wonderful scriptures, glorified about the importance of things and especially about bhakti. And every day sitting in this Bhagavatam class, when we discuss, then we understand that what is the value of it. In Srimad Bhagavatam, the verse comes in 2nd canto, 3rd chapter, 17th sloka. It says, Ayu harati vai pumsam udhyan astam cha yan asau tasyatre yat Kshano Nita Uttama Sloka Vartaya. It is said, both by rising and the setting, the sun decreases the duration of life of everyone, except one who utilizes the time by discussing topic of the all good personality of Godhead. So here, when we are not into Krishna consciousness, we don't know the value of the importance of the time or the facilities what we have got by being in this taking a birth in this land and being with the very pious people around us, but before coming to Krishna consciousness, we just misused it, or we may just neglected it. Some people knows. In India we can see, like when you ask someone about the dharma, they will give that they are following some other kind of dharma, at least, but they don't know actual dharma what it is, until unless you read Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhupada books. We don't understand what is actual dharma. But something or other they will be like reading or knowing about dharma or doing something by the name of dharma. But when we come into Krishna consciousness, we come to know what is actual dharma, and we know that how important the facilities what we have got by being in this land, and making that rightly utilized, and in the progressing of the bhakti, then our life can be successful. In the Prabhupada, in this Prabhupada also he says, like, in the villages if you go, people know how to make their lives success, like, at least to attain the salvation or liberation. They know that process. The one who are not, running behind the city culture or other culture. They have their own culture. Just by following their culture, they know that at least they will attain this. But if you see, but in other countries, they have everything, but they don't have proper guide, and they are searching for something, what we call innovation, or some kind of change in their life. They want to experience something new in their life, but in that search they are being cheated by the people, so called spiritual persons. They are being cheated by them. But here Prabhupada says, when those people who are already having that material opulence, when they take this spiritual wealth from India and come into this movement, Krishna conscious movement, then their life can be successful, Prabhupada says. So here, especially if you see in this sloka, it is talking about two things, like one is like sadhyaya and sadhana. Sadhana here, it is like one has to practice bhakti. That's what Narad Muni was trying to say to Prachina Parishad in indirect way. And Shraddhaya is goal. Goal is to attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if you see this kind of story, what Lord Narad Muni was explaining about Puranjana is about his own story, and how he is being trapped by these material activities, running behind these activities. So here Prabhupada is especially talking about giving an example of Andha Pangu Nyaya, like blind and lame, who are lame was not able to walk, blind not able to see and walk because he doesn't have eyes. So when they come together, both can walk and see and reach the goal. The same way, the one, like Prabhupada is nicely comparing here blind as a Westerners as a blind people and Indians as a lame people, where the Indians, by the ruling of the British for 2000 years, means like 200 years or more, where this progress towards spirituality has been cut down. So Indians have become lame. They are not able to progress further. And the Westerners, because of having their lot of wealth, opulence, their eyes are being covered with it. So they are not able to see the spiritual progress or accept the spirituality, bhakti. So Prabhupada says, like in a short, that the material advancement of the Western countries and the spiritual assets of India should combine for the elevation of the human society. So we can see this, this is happening. This is happening. Prabhupada was able to see that in the future. So now Westerners, we can see so many examples where they are giving a lot of their what we call money or technology are being used in the Krishna consciousness, and in a result we can see like how this TVOP has been greatly built, going to be come up, and the Vedic planetarium to explain how this universe is functioning, and how the different positions and the stages of the devatas and demigods and finally the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everything is being nicely was able to keep these things in a nice way. So this was able to happen by the support of some Western devotees, and the knowledge which that is there with the Indians, combined together were able to make it. So in this way, if you see, like especially like Narad Muni was giving this kind of indirect way of teaching the bhakti. No, the bhakti is same, that the way of approach is different, as we have discussed. No, when I was in the yatra, Maharaj Bhakti Prem Swami Maharaj was saying about no, deliverance of Jagai Madai pastimes. No, no, they just change the title of the drama and they play the same drama so that the people can be attracted and hear more and more times and learn from that pastimes. Now, one time they may put this title as Jagai Madai Deliverance, and other time they can put the name as merciful nature of Lord Chaitanya, and other time they can put as a merciful nature of Lord Nityananda, something like that. They keep changing the title of the name, but the drama is same. So here also, like if you see, like Bhagavad Gita as it is, they change the cover, front cover, so that people get attracted. Oh, this looks like new book, and they purchase it. But inside, everything is same. Everything is talked about bhakti, and what we call here also, like Prachina Parishad was engrossed in these material activities, left out with is not practicing bhakti. When this little bhakti is added to it, then it becomes spiritual and this life will be successful. So here, this is what, like indirect way where Lord Narad Muni is trying to preach or give that kind of teachings to Prachina Parishad, so that not only his sons got delivered, but his father should be also get delivered. Why Narad Muni is showing that much of compassion over this king is because I heard, like in one lecture, the Acharya says, especially Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, he is a descendant of Dhruva Maharaj dynasty, and Dhruva Maharaj is the like a disciple of Narad Muni, and in that way, like Prachina Parishad comes in that dynasty. So like when they are in that great family, so everyone should take this advantage of it, or else, like there will be like some kind of remark or leftover on the Dhruva Maharaj pastime. So they should not come. So Narad Muni especially taking that kind of concern, and he became very compassionate. Now no one has called Narad Muni. Prachina Parishad never called Narad Muni to come and guide me, right? But voluntarily Narad Muni showed interest and came up here to give these teachings, so that not only sons, father can also get delivered. So in this way, like this 5 chapters starting from here, we will be discussing about the Puranjana pastimes, the stories, and after that, like later 3 chapters, again we start with the our previous episode of Prachetas, how they also got delivered, how they attained the perfection. So in that way, like both father and the son, like a whole family, attain the perfection. So with this, I would like to stop here. So any doubts or comments or questions?
So one nice point is that we have taken birth in this holy land and surrounded by so many pious people. So it was very fortunate. I was thinking, like, even staying in the center also, like we are surrounded by so many devotees. Especially in the morning time, I kind of think that while chanting, so wherever we turn, either the Lord's photo or somebody is chanting, so that is only is there. So it is very fortunate that we are there in some setup like this.
Same today morning, even I had some similar realization when some devotee was chanting Bhagavad Gita shlokas. One devotee was sitting there and reading a book, and we were running around to do some service. So it was really very nice that everyone around is reminding us of Krishna. Very fortunate. Sometimes ashram devotees are forced.
No, in India, Prabhupada says like liberation is easy because even if wine shop, this one also Krishna wines. Krishna wines. By reading that answer, people will get liberation.
There is a pastime for this. Like one devotee with full LSD, he approaches Prabhupada, and Prabhupada says, "There is an ocean of LSD. You want to go?" And he said, "Yes, yes, I want, I want." He says that LSD can be achieved by chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Then he said, "You will chant." He said, "Yes, I will chant." Then he started chanting. He became devotee. This is like indirect way of teaching, giving the holy name.
One thing which I took from this verse is that be more proud of being Indian, because I was of a different opinion that West is more progressive in terms of materialistic nature, of course. But as was said, that bringing two powers together, materialistic and spiritual powers, both can work together. And being more inclined towards your spiritual power and being more proud of it makes you feel more strong. That's what I think.
So, something resonating with what he said. Srila Prabhupada's books have opened our eyes to the greatness of the holy land of India. Had we not read these books, then this entire knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam locked in the language of Sanskrit was practically inaccessible for all of us. So we are very thankful to Prabhupada that he has opened our eyes from darkness to light by writing these books. And the more we read these books, we come to know how fortunate we are to be in India. And I can say this from personal experience because I've been in other parts of the world, especially when we go to the West. If someone truly wants to realize what Prabhupada has done, they should go to the West once and see what's going on. How Prabhupada created India and Vrindavan and so, thank you, Srila Prabhupada.
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, जगत गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की।